The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
Moments away. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning. DA, it's all yours. Well, point forwards and big guards in demand. DA, you're right. Thank you. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Napier is out there with Brown, and it's Bonga in at the 3. And for Charlotte, we've got Terry Rozier. Washington out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then it's Bridges, and it's Graham in at the 2-guard spot. Different styles of basketball, and we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Hachimura, the pass to Bryant. The 17-footer. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. To the middle. Here's Washington. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Napier dishes to Bryant. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against the New York Knicks.
Yeah, it just felt to me like they wanted it more. I mean, didn't get down emotionally when they got behind. And how about that third quarter comeback? One for the ages.
Now, here's Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against Miami.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Hachimura. Bryant trying to free himself up. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, Jay, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
Graham kicks to Bridges. Out to the right wing. Charlotte moving it around. Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys. Defends the shot and grabs the rebound. About as big an impact as you can have on a possession.
Here's Graham. Napier covering Washington. He can't get that one to fall. And the Wizards now going the other way. Last time they met was in Washington.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Well, it's such a boost. I mean, not something you want to have to count on every night, but you can tell how much they trust their reserves.
Some changes for Charlotte. Cody Zeller comes in for Biyombo. And Dwayne Bacon subbed in for Bridges. And then for Washington, Mahinmi's checked in for Bryant. Robinson comes in for Brown. And it's Ish Smith in for Shabazz Napier. Passes it to Hachimura. Smith outside. To the right side. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
For Washington, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Hornets. Mo Wagner's checked in for Washington.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Mahinmi passes to Hachimura. Smith in the posts. Graham defending. Mahinmi kicks to Smith from deep. Wizards working now with the new shot clock. Mahinmi's shot is good.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Charlotte trailing to the inside. Here's Washington. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Nice shot by Smith.
The cleverness of Smith showing itself once again. Terrific at getting into the heart of the D and then cashing in.
Now the pass to Bacon. 34 seconds left in the first quarter. Lays it up off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The drive by Smith. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helped him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Washington, that's good.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Out to the right wing. Wagner passes to Hachimura. Can't connect from long distance. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Wizards 5 right now. Wagner out there with Mahinmi. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Ish Smith. And it's Hachimura in at the 3, the small forward. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Graham dishes to Zeller, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. Brown is checked in for Washington. Back to Batum. 5 on the clock. Pass to Bridges. Over Wagner. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Bridges has got the lead up to 3 now for the Hornets. Outside Robinson. Mahinmi down low. He's against Zeller, and it's blocked.
And the impact Bridges makes on the defensive end, showing he's not to be messed with.
Here's Bacon. He's covered by Brown. Graham kicks to Zeller, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession for the Wizards. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Mahinmi, and Shabazz Napier subbed in for Smith. High post try. Yambo, no luck.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration that time.
A pass to Bryant. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. 11 feet away, and it's good. 2 points. Zeller's got his second bucket of the night.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Bryant. Got a piece of it. Brown against Batum. And Batum throws it down.
Whenever Batum gets a lane to the hoop, he's looking for the throwdown. The D has to do better against him.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Chris, we talk about perimeter scoring becoming more prevalent. The biggest shift coming from bigs shooting more threes.
Yeah, they are now counted upon to space the floor. And the better you can shoot, the better you can space the floor. And then more importantly, if you can knock down that three, you become a triple threat because now you can shoot there, maybe you can dribble and get by, or because of your height, you see different passing lanes and you can be a better passer, getting your teammates involved, and they like that spacing as well.
Outside for Robinson. Clock at 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now just a 2-point Hornets lead.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. The city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Back to Biyombo. It's stolen by Bryant. And here we go, the Wizards' fast break. Here's Brown. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. 1:16 left in the second quarter. Batum passes to Biyombo. Batum against Robinson. Left side, Batum. Over Robinson. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Batum.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Wizards.
Pass to Wagner. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And the Wizards lead by 3.
And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
Oh, yeah, and that's just a good read on his part. And as usual, his mid-range jumper is on point.
The dish to Napier. And that one, good. And now a 5-point Washington lead.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Back to Batum. Here's Biyombo. Tips it. It's good on the putback. Zeller's got 4 points in the quarter.
And the work ethic of Zeller. Now that's what makes him dangerous when scoping out opportunities on the offensive glass. With the run he's on in the second quarter, I mean, his field goal percentage is tremendous right now.
Here's Bridges. He gets it up.
Oh, and he got the ball. No way. What focus from him right there. Nice play.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Wizards.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side. And that'll about do.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Here's Rozier.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges. And it's Graham in at the 2 guard. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Just 5 on the clock. Rozier, the pass to Washington.
And that's terrific D by Hachimura. He's shown he has the strength and length to match up against almost anyone.
And the Hornets have had a strong bench for a while now.
Yeah, depth isn't a problem for this team, Kevin. Having a formidable starting 5, though, has been. They need to consider trading some depth for an upgrade at the starting position.
Count that one. Hachimura's got the first bucket of the third here for Washington.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Rozier with the steal. And Bridges with a clear path to the basket. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Now that's how you lead your teammate into an easy scoring chance. I love that assist.
Bacon, he's checked in for Bridges. The Wizards also changing it up. Mahimi comes in for Thomas Bryant. And Smith subbed in for Troy Brown. Mahimi's shot is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Biyombo, the pass to Bacon. Lays it up and banks it in.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Bonga. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 6 rebounds in the game. There's Bacon. Banked in off the glass. Bacon's got 4 this quarter. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Napier passes to Hachimura. Got a piece of it. Rozier for 3. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Oh, beautiful looking 3-ball from Rozier. Really expanding his range.
Down low and stolen by Biyombo. Here's Graham. Charlotte gets it back. That shot off the mark. Wizards trail by 4. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Rozier with the steal. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And in front of you there are some first-year players putting an injection of defense into the second half of the season. The rookie steal leaders since the All-Star break. Well, you look at Hachimura, 5th in the NBA, very crafty player.
His steal rate the second half of the season shows that he's figuring out the league, so they better learn to look out for him.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past, respected coach who has won Coach of the Year, but the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
Buries it from 3-point range.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And it's Smith missing. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. And the basket by Rozier.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Third quarter of basketball here and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Biyombo drops in the layup for 2. Biyombo's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hornets.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Zeller is checked in for the Hornets. Batum comes in for Terry Rozier. And a switcher also for Washington. Robinson's checked in for Napier. Here's Graham. The offensive rebound. The 3. Tipped away.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Hachimura. A beautiful reverse layup. Hachimura's got his second basket of the game.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Graham kicks to Batum. To the paint. Here's Bonga. He dishes it to Smith. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
This is the one area Smith must continue to work on. I love seeing him knock down the 3-ball, expanding his range.
Here's Zeller. He's off on that one. And Washington the other way now. Here's Bonga. Here's Mahimi. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Now just a 1-point Hornets lead.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Zeller passes to Washington. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Washington's got 5 points in the quarter.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
It could go. Missed. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Hornets lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
But it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Robinson is out there with Smith. And it's Brown in at the small forward. Shot by Zeller, no good.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything he can.
And Bacon pulls it down.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Graham with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Poke loose. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Bryant. Washington's checked in for the Hornets. On defense, Washington. It's a three-point game. No good with the triple. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Wizards. Here's Hachimura. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Zeller. The 10-footer finds the target. Zeller's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hornets. Here's Bryant. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got his third assist on the night.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Here's Bacon. Offensive rebound. Passes it to Graham. Charlotte moving the ball around. Bridges, no one around him. No good on the triple. Wizards trail by 3. Right side Robinson. For 3, Smith. Good on the three-point shot.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And the dunk by Zeller.
One of the more positive attributes of Zeller, the explosiveness to play above the rim on a regular basis.
Smith finds Bryant. Brown against Bridges. Here's Bryant. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Cody Zeller. First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Hornets. Biombo is checked in for Zeller. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Dwayne Bacon. Then for the Wizards, Bonga's checked in. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Smith. Rozier the pass to Bridges. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Bryant can't get it to go.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Washington, and it's sent back by Bryant. And he recovers it. Wizards trail by 3. Fires the 3. And it's Napier missing. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Biombo kicks to Bridges. Biombo in the post. Defended by Bryant. 5 to shoot. A baseline J. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Washington's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. All sorts of time. And that one's good. Hachimura.
One thing you can say about Hachimura, he is not afraid of the challenge.
Washington, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Washington's got 9 points here in the second half.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
Rozier the pass to Bridges. Biombo down low, working on Bryant. Biombo, no luck.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the blade.
Bonga, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. He's trying to force something rarely good.
Washington passes to Bridges. The kick out to Rozier. It drops. And here's Napier. And there's the pass to Brown. Here's Bonga. Rozier defending.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
6-second difference between shot and game time. Right wing. And foul up. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are...
edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. Good evening and welcome to tonight's present. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Brown out there with Shabazz Napier. And it's Bonga in at the small forward position. And for the Knicks, Payton is out there with Barrett. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Randall in at the 4 slot. Inching our way toward the end of the season here in the NBA, Doris. And just how much fatigue after all these games and all these months and practices and travel, how much fatigue are these players feeling, you think, right now?
Well, I think NBA players like to tell us, come March, come April, everybody has bumps and bruises. No one is 100%. What you're hoping to do as an NBA organization is manage the rest that you can possibly give to your guys down the stretch of the season. Because the healthier you are going into the postseason, the better off you're going to be.
Good, nice play there from Napier.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Payton passes to Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Now, here's Napier. And he just worked New York in that last game. Brown outside. Now the feed to Bryant. It's good.
Lights out here right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Gibson finds Harkless. And it's Gibson that time on the assist by Harkless.
Boy, Taj Gibson unafraid in the face of contact. How tough is this guy?
The kick out to Brown. Here's Bonga. Defended by Harkless. And Bryant slams it in.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Pass to Napier. Left side, Brown. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one. Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
Good, nice play there from Napier.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Here's Barrett. And the layup's good off the glass.
Explosive off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
Good, nice play there from Napier.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Inside, here's Gibson. Tries again. Bryant with the rebound. Wizards leading by 4. Here's Brown. Here's Hachimura. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Taj Gibson picks one up.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
So New York ends up going with the new group.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
Robinson down low. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Back to Portis. Ntilikina passes to Portis. Some nice passing by New York here. Pass to Knox. 6 to shoot. Bullock with it. Now Smith defending. Shot to stop the run. Tips it up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
Now, Kevin, that's pure power, pure effort. Jan Mahinmi going to the rack with bad intentions.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Knicks now. Portis, the pass to Ntilikina. Out left to the wing. Left side, Portis. With the fadeaway. And the shot goes down.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Fires the three, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Washington ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll return shortly.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know,
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. They've got Smith, Hachimura out there with Wagner. Then it's Robinson, and it's Mahinmi in at the pivot spot manning the middle.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. There's the pass to Hachimura. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Wayne Ellington's checked in for the Knicks. And a switcher also for Washington. Bonga's checked in. Smith for 3. The shot, no good. The Knicks go the other way with it. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim doors, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Randall's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Portis. And a switcher also for Washington. Brown is checked in for Robinson. For the finish, throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, at 6'9", you can see the ability of Kevin Knox to run the floor and finish in transition. That's perfect.
Here's Mahinmi. Randall with some nice D.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
To the middle. Payton can't get it to go. Wizards leading by 4. Here's Brown. Mahinmi's shot is good. Mahinmi's got 4 this quarter.
Well, if you use your strength and your power and a little bit of relentlessness, as Jan Mahinmi does, he cleans up.
Brown, good.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Back to Randall. Ellington the pass to Knox. For three, Bullock. Rebounded by the Wizards. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
I mean, big-time win, bigger-time third-quarter comeback, and definitely a great game for us to watch as well. Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
A different look for New York. Harkless is checked in for Kevin Knox. And Barrett subbed in for Reggie Bullock. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Washington. And Brown throws it down hard.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Mahinmi passes to Wagner. Whereas what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, two guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree. Here's Ellington. No good again that time.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Napier with it. Picked up by Barrett. Mahinmi's shot is good.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And taken away by Brown. Down low, here's Wagner. And Harkless pulls it down.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
New York, no good that time either. Washington leading now by 17. Here's Napier. It's rebounded by Barrett. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. For three, Ellington. Offensive rebound.
Well, Taj Gibson has built his NBA game on his ability to rebound the basketball consistently. What a great nose for it he has.
Brown drives in. Pass to Bonga. Mahinmi against Gibson. Mahinmi's shot is good. Mahinmi's got 12 in the game.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And so it's Washington.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They are way up.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Mahinmi.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Randall. Elfrid Payton is out there with Barrett. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Gibson in at the center, locking down the middle.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated. They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Back to Gibson. 13 feet away. Count it. He's got 6.
And Gibson always has had a solid mid-range game. You can't let him get comfortable from that spot.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Randall outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Barrett. Almost, but it rolls out.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Payton kicks to Gibson. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 4 assists now tonight.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Feeds it to Bryant. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Harkless on the wing. Over Bryant. Nice move. Out to Payton. Harkless on the wing. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. There's the 3. Knicks with a new 14. Barrett with the ball. No good on the 3.
Well, a new era begins for the Washington Wizards, right? A change in the front office. The team has tried for years to rebuild in a number of different approaches. Perhaps a fresh outlook for fans under new guidance gives this team new hope.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Bobby Portis comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Maurice Harkless. And a switcher also for Washington. Robinson's checked in. Now, here's Barrett, guarded by Robinson. Payton dishes to Robinson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Robinson's got 7 points in the game. And for the Wizards and their new front office doors, a tough task ahead of them.
I think so, Kevin, because first and foremost, they need to change the culture of the team, right? Too long, there had been a lack of accountability in D.C., and I think once they address that, the rest of the rebuild could come easier.
The shot, no good. And stolen by Barrett. Robinson passes to Portis. Robinson against Bryant. Robinson down low. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
To the inside, and stolen by Portis. Passes to Barrett. No one near him. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 5th assist in this one. Here's Napier. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Count the basket.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Washington leading now by 13. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Extremely fortunate they didn't lose the ball there.
For the Knicks, Kevin Knox comes in for Barrett. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Mahimi's checked in for Washington. Ish Smith comes in for Napier. And it's blocked.
This is the effort they need from Kevin Knox on the defensive end. What a block.
Knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
It's good. Bryant's got 12 in the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Portis. Another shot. Back to Knox. Pass to Ntilikina. Over to the wing. Bullock kicks to Ntilikina. Off on that one. And so it's the Washington Wizards. Their lead at 15 going into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We come back right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, GA, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So on the floor for Washington, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Robinson is out there with Ish Smith, and it's Brown in at the 3 spot.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's Bullock. Yes, that goes in. Bullock's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Knicks. You hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. And that one's good. Hachimura.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Ntilikina gets the bucket.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
Wizards leading by 13. Smith the pass to Brown. Back to Smith. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Off target from outside. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter start. And the basket is good. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Washington. 17 points was their biggest margin. Robinson kicks to Bryant. Shoots over Portis. Bryant can't get it to go. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. The pass to Bullock. New York moving the ball around. Here's Portis. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Here's Hachimura. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And showing some toughness on that take. Hachimura, these kinds of buckets can energize a team.
I got him. Here's Knox. He's covered by Brown. Robinson. Sweet move. And the call on the shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And taken away by Brown. Here's Robinson. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 4 assists in the game.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got his first bucket of the night.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
To stop the run, here's Robinson, and they pick up 2.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Washington.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. Back to Knox. Shoots from the line, and that one hits back iron. And it's Washington's ball. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Brown the pass to Hachimura. Outside for Robinson. Pass to Hachimura. Over Robinson. Hachimura, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Ntilikina can't hit.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Gibson dishes to Ellington. Right side Gibson. It falls. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K.
The activity in front of the Brooklyn. And we've got a momentous decision, DA. Thank you. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. To take a look at the Nets. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And checking out Washington, they're 9th best in the conference.
And seeing where Washington is, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing that perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Napier is out there with Brown, and it's Bonga in at the small forward position. And for Brooklyn, Lance Thomas out there with Jared Allen. Then there's Harris. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Gioza in at the point. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the Warriors.
Yeah, it just felt to me like they wanted it more. I mean, didn't get down emotionally when they got behind. And how about that third quarter comeback? One for the ages.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
It's the Nets now after the basket by Washington. Out to Harris. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. No good with the layup. Brown, good.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college, hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
And the basket by Napier. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum. And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And that one's good. Hachimura.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Harris outside. A 3-ball. Thomas trying to break loose. Rebound, Washington.
You know, he looks a little off kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Here's Bryant. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Mahinmi's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Robinson comes in for Troy Brown. And it's Ish Smith in for Shabazz Napier. Here's Temple. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
How about that, throwing it down? Allen oozes energy and teammates feed off of it.
Now here is Smith. 8-point game. Hachimura, no good.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Here's Allen. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
How about he has yet to miss 4 4s to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists. I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Here's Temple. Johnson outside. For the 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
Boy, the quick feed of Smith there, making his presence felt on the defensive end of
domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Washington out in front, up 10. After this break, we'll be back.
I don't really limit myself to one position.
And with all the switching we see teams, Greg, employing right now, that defensive versatility is highly prized, highly valuable.
And Johnson, an excellent athlete. He's got the tools to impact the game both offensively and defensively.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
We've got Crawford. Luwawu is out there with Garrett Temple. Then it's Johnson, and it's Caruge in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. That one falls. Like we've talked about footwork, but a player's hands, how he catches, how he passes, the use of his hands are huge. And there are a couple guys out there that are great at that.
Kawhi Leonard has got some mitts unlike any other in the league. I mean, he's not that tall. He's long-armed, and his hands are humongous. That ball looks like a tennis ball in his hands. Not only are they big, they're good. He's active with them on defense, and he's very strong in how he handles the ball offensively. You know, I think about a guy in terms of maybe not size, but really good hands. Jokic, his hands are phenomenal.
Washington shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. So for the Wizards, Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Brown comes in for Hachimura. And it's Napier in for Ish Smith. Brown down low, guarded by Crawford. Robinson passes to Bryant. From down low, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Bryant's got the lead up to 12 now for the Wizards. Thomas against Bryant. Here's LeVert, and he uses the glass on the layup. LeVert's got his first basket of the night.
Like the way LeVert controls himself, always under control, knows what he's looking for, takes his time, particularly when he's close to the basket.
Here's Wagner, outside Robinson. Inside, here's Bryant. And he overshot that one, missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Here's Chiota. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Robinson. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And here's Chiozza. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. A 12-point game. Wizards beat them last time when these two teams met in Washington.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Greg, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten a win.
Jared Allen's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And a switcher also for Washington. Bonga's checked in. Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Now here's Napier. Defense is right there. Outside Bryant. Stolen away. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Not to be denied there. Allen playing hard. A little contact, not going to bother.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
Brown the pass to Bryant. And finish off by Bryant.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Wizards leading by 11. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Looks for Thomas, gets it to him. Passes it to Harris. Six on the shot clock. They grab their own miss.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Bonga gets the bucket, and the Wizards lead by 13.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Washington shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one goes. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
And the basket by Harris.
You know, really good to see Harris playing with that kind of confidence because, you know, these shots will only help him get better.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Oh, my. He's just getting nasty on him now, fellas.
You know, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out the really slick moves. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Wizards lead by 13.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Things were going Washington's way from the beginning. Their mission to dominate early was accomplished. And
well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Jared Allen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
So on the floor for Washington, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Brown out there with Shabazz Napier. And it's Bonga in at the 3 spot.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Bryant against Allen. Right side, Thomas. Out to Harris. The 15-footer. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Wizards leading by 15. Napier dishes to Brown. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of micro-analysis to go around, but some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say, so you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
To the paint. And another turnover here by Brooklyn. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Friday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Sunday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
To the middle. Here's Allen, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Allen's got 19 points.
And, you know, games like this really boost Allen's confidence. I mean, and that feeds on itself. He'll become more aggressive moving forward as a result.
Here's Brown. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick, and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys too. Rodion Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
And Washington making a change here. Mahimi's checked in. Napier passes to Mahimi. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Robinson, and it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooters.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Napier with it. Johnson's there. Hachimura the pass to Mahimi. Here's Luwawu, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Napier passes to Mahimi. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jared Allen.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Kurucs is checked in for the Nets. Temple comes in for Jamal Crawford. Is Smith, who's checked in for Washington. Allen's shot is off. Wizards leading by 15, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Brown drops them both. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. Allen passes to Kurucs. And he banks in the layup. Kurucs has got 8.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
Well, Clark, as one Latvian makes his way out of New York, another Latvian, Kurucs, makes his mark with the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, you know, the second rounder making an impact right out of the gates, ready to be an NBA impact player. He's an efficient scorer, a versatile defender. So far, so good from what I've seen.
Robinson misses. Nets trail by 17. From deep, Johnson. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas. Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Here's Luwawu, and it's off the back rim. No good. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Robinson goes in. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 5 assists tonight.
That's how you pass the pumpkin. I mean, Smith really keeps his head on the swivel to get that ball over to his open teammates.
Here's Kurucs. 8 points for him. Can't cash in from the left block. Out to Smith. All alone. But they'll get another chance. And so it's Washington. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break and their ability to get it. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Hence Thomas out there with Kurucs. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Garrett Temple. And it's Chioza in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Bonga. 4 on the clock. Bryant passes to Bonga. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Nets trail by 17. Chioza scanning the floor. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
Pass to Temple. There's the triple. Can't hit that one. Now the Wizards take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Brown the pass to Bonga. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Kurucs. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Brown the pass to Hachimura. Thomas against Bryant. And he lobs it up, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
And the basket by Kurucs.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Here's Smith. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Wizards lead by 21.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's Thomas. Hachimura grabs the miss. For Washington, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Here's Brown. They get it again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Here's Thomas. Good on the bucket. Thomas got his first 2 points of the night.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Exactly. I mean, deny him the ball in the first place. Don't let him get it.
Smith the pass to Bonga. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 7th assist here tonight. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And that one's good. Hachimura. Hachimura's got 12 points in just the second half.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Pass to Karuch. From 11 feet away, Thomas. It's good on the putback.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Washington.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And just bulldozing their way through this season series. The victory here tonight will make it 3-0 for the year, with one left to be played against the Nets.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Sinks the triple.
LeVert showing you can rise up from deep, a quality shooter when given room to fire.
And the pass to Hachimura. A rebound by the Nets. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Temple. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Smith for 3. Keeps it alive.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home.
I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
So I'm going with the Celtics.
How can the Wizards not be confident when they look as good as... As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Washington. Right now they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds. And of course Charlotte right on their heels as they've got the next best record.
And checking out Charlotte, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
Yeah, they're kind of in that caught-in-the-middle type group. You know what I mean? You wonder if they need a personnel change to get over the hump.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Terry Rozier. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then it's Bridges, and it's Graham in at the shooting guard. And for the Wizards, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Shabazz Napier out there with Brown, and it's Bonga in at the 3. Here's Biyombo after the basket by Washington. Down low, here's Washington. Biyombo controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Napier passes to Hachimura. To the paint, it's tipped and stolen by Biyombo. Here's Bridges. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
Now, here's Brown. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And Chris, for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball. The team does not take silly fouls on defense.
Well, Chris, as we wind toward the end of the regular season, what do you notice as an analyst that you didn't notice when you were playing?
Wow, I think what I didn't notice when I was playing was everything that goes on around the arena. Now I get to the games a couple of hours early. I get to interact with fans. I get to see game productions. The business of basketball, just how much everyone loves the game, from Adam Silver down to someone at the concession stands at the arena, how it really is a community and a family. Because when I was in Sacramento, I'm just playing for Sacramento. I didn't realize how many people in New York and Detroit and other places supported not only us in Sacramento, but their home teams, and just seeing how passionate everyone in the business of basketball, how passionate they are, and that's just something awesome to be a part of.
So it's the Hornets now, after the basket by Washington, kept alive and stolen by Napier. The kick out to Rozier. Hands it from downtown.
Oh, beautiful looking 3-ball from Rozier, really expanding his range.
Now here's Napier. Rozier defending. Here's Bonga, and it's blocked. But they get it back. Bryant passes to Bonga. Just 5 to shoot. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Here's Brown, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And some changes here for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Bridges, and it's Batum in for Rozier. Charlotte moving the ball around. Passes it to Graham. Outside, Batum. The pass to Washington. Good, nice job down low.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Smith outside. And another miss by Washington. Charlotte leading by 7. And with Cody Zeller, he has a very workmanlike approach when he's on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's what Zeller is all about, playing a simple meat and potatoes type game. I mean, what he does won't show up in the box score, but it'll show up in the standings.
Pass to Washington. To the inside. And a wide open look for Zeller.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Hachimura the pass to Wagner. Good work there as it goes.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Here's Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
Here's Batum, following the three-pointer by Washington. He kicks to Graham. Bacon the pass to Zeller. Here's Bacon. Pass to Washington. Shot clock at 5. Here's Bacon. Guarded by Mahimi. Rebound by the Wizards.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Robinson passes to Smith. And Bacon pulls it down. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They lead by 4. Wizards beat them last time when these two teams met in Washington.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Yeah, and they can't afford a repeat of that. They need a lot more minutes out of their core group.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Hornets ahead, up by 4. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. If you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
On the court for the Hornets, Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 3, the small forward.
And Chris, a very unique experience playing in the nation's capital. What was your time like with Washington?
Oh, I love D.C. Oh, I love Chocolate City. I mean, the surrounding areas of D.C. love the team as well. There's something special about playing in the capital.
To the middle. Here's Washington. Passes it to Bacon. Zeller inside. Offline with the baseline jumper. Washington trailing. Here's the lob to the hoop. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Let's go. And the jumper from down low is good. Zeller's got 6.
Look, he has a good feel for the painted area. Zeller, never in a rush. Very deliberate with his moves.
Robinson passes to Mahimi. And it goes out of bounds. One off Mahimi. Let's use this break to look at the teams that over the past month have been tremendous at converting turnovers into points. The Wizards second.
They're taking advantage of every mistake that their opponents are making. I mean, they're really converting points off those turnovers.
Now the pass to Washington. Here's Bacon for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Now it's a 4-point Charlotte lead.
Oh, he can be sneaky good from deep sometimes. I mean, when he gets clean looks, he's got the ability to do some damage out there.
Here's Robinson. And Bacon pulls it down.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And the dunk by Zeller.
One of the more positive attributes of Zeller, the explosiveness to play above the rim on a regular basis.
Here's Smith. And he makes good on the layup. Smith's got his second bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Inside, it's intercepted. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. Wizards passing it around. Yep, that one goes in there. Now just a 2-point Hornets lead.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Batum passes to Washington. There's Bacon. Off target from three-point range.
If you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time.
Pass to Wagner. We've got 1:48 left in the first half. Outside for Robinson. 5 on the clock. And he hits it to tie the game up. Robinson's got his third basket of the night right there.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Robinson leading the charge. Mahimi trying to get open. Another one falls for Washington.
And we know Hachimura has a confident personality. You see it there with the rise and fire approach. Nice.
Washington passes to Zeller. Batum against Smith. Pass to Washington. Got it. Good job in the low post. Washington's got the game tied up here for Charlotte.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Smith with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Passes it to Robinson. Hornets with the rebound. Zeller's got 4 rebounds in this game. There's the pass to Graham. Outside, Batum. There's the foul. It's on Mahimi. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here's Rozier. Tight defense on him. And Zeller kicks to Rozier. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Biyombo. To the wing on the left. Pass to Napier. Pass to Bryant. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Tie game in Washington. We're going to step away.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed a pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple of rough stretches, and as the first... And that...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Cody Zeller.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So the Wizards 5 right now. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Round out there with Napier. And it's Bonga in at the small forward position. Bridges kicks to Zeller. Puts up a 3. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
You just can't teach that size. Bridges has the wingspan, those broad shoulders, just a tremendous rebounder for a wing.
And the pass to Graham. Back to Bridges. It's stolen by Bryant. In transition, here come the Wizards. Napier passes to Bonga. The kick out to Bryant. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the inside. Back to Rozier. Pass to Bridges. And stolen by Napier. And here we go. Washington fast break. Brown. Good. Brown's got the lead up to 2 now for the Wizards.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Chris, you were a tremendous passer. One of my favorites. Are there more playmaking bigs in the NBA now than back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know if there are more. But I tell you what, there are some exciting ones. And if you guys don't believe me, just turn on the TV and go watch the Nuggets play. There's a man called the Joker, Jokic. Oh, my goodness, can he pass that ball? He and Horford right now. Oh, man, two of my favorite passes in the game.
The Hornets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
You know, what I love about Bridges is just the all-around game. He scores, rebounds, passes, and defends well, too. Just an exciting young prospect.
Here's Napier. The shot misses, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. Rozier for three. A putback. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession. And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Sunday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And Kevin, things could get ugly for this team during this road stretch. They just haven't had the same focus nor execution that we've seen from them when they're at home.
Rozier kicks to Biyombo. Dishes to Graham. Charlotte moving it around. Pass to Biyombo. Just 5 on the clock. Takes the 13-footer. Bridges misses. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. It's a 1-point game. Bob pass to Bryant. That shot off. Charlotte has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. To the wing right side. Lets it go with the three. Drills the three-pointer. Graham's got 5 points so far.
Facilitating from the inside. I mean, that could be a valuable asset from any offense.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding.
Passes it to Rozier. To the middle. Here's Washington. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. He's got 6.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
Napier feeling it out a bit. Here's Hachimura. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Hachimura's got 4 points in the quarter.
There's that passion of his, battling with every ounce of energy he has.
Shoots from 14, and no good that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. For the tie, it's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. Rozier against Smith for the lead. The Hornets pull it in. And Batum kicks to Rozier. Back to Batum. The dish now to Biyombo. And there's the pass to Batum. Here's Bacon. Pass to Biyombo. Down low. And here is Rozier. He's covered by Brown. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Bacon's shot is off.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
To the paint. Mahimi down low. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Hornets lead by 2. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. Let's take a listen now to Scott Brooks.
Now we got the defensive intensity to win this game.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the floor for Charlotte, inside Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Terry Rozier is out there with Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 3 spot.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
The deeper in the crunch time we get, the harder he's going to work on the offensive glass.
Pass to Rozier. Kicks it to Biyombo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Incredible effort from Rozier. I mean, he's such a great rebounder for his size.
Brown outside. The feed now to Smith. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And it's 7 points for Smith.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Here's Biyombo. And he gets it to go. And the Hornets lead by 2.
I mean, that's just tremendous, stupendous work from Rozier. I mean, he's just so good at zipping the ball over to his teammates.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Here's Biyombo. And it's sent back by Bryant to take the lead, and they take the lead. Robinson's got the lead up to 2 now for Washington.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
Rozier the pass to Biyombo, and it's Biyombo with the jam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Bunga gets the bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Making the pass to Zeller. Rozier against Smith. The kick out to Rozier over Smith. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
A fantastic shot by Rozier. I mean, exactly the kind of shot you want him taking when he's got space.
Smith the pass to Robinson. To the left side wing. The Wizards working the ball around now. Bryant. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Hachimura, he's checked in for the Wizards. Napier comes in for Ish Smith.
Gets them what they need. Could have been better, but they're out front.
And it's Washington missing.
Come on, you got to get up on him and play some defense. They won't get away with that next time.
The kick out to Brown. On the wing, Bryant. And he gets the whistle. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. You're double-checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. James Borrego had some words for his team over the break. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. Let's see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. Bridges for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. And here's the fast break. Bryant leading the way. A pass to Bryant. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk to the inside. It's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Biyombo.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
Passes to Washington. Launches it. It's hauled in by Bryant. Wizards have gone 7-9 from the field down the stretch here in the 4th quarter. Terrific shooting. Good!
Well, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
So Rozier will bring it up for the Hornets. To the middle. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Bryant finds Brown. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big 2-possession game.
For 3, Bridges. Not going to go that time. And the Wizards now going the other way. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Hey, yo, right here.
Brown feeling it out a bit. The pass to Bryant. To the left wing. Back to Brown. Wants to get it to Bryant and does. Beats the shot clock but can't get it to fall. And so Washington takes the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them.
with the charge in my alley. Ooh, charge to the game like it's credit. Your team crowd need to edit. Yeah, I see face and get it. Hold up, ooh, that's dead. Need a minute, need a play to revive. Let's get a shot pressing. They say what I say. They got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up. I don't miss often. No look, I had to boss up, get the.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for him.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Randall out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Peyton. And it's Barrett at the 2-guard spot. And for the Wizards, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Shabazz Napier out there with Brown. And it's Bonga in at the small forward. And so Brown will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Inside, Hachimura. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
On offense, here are the Wizards. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
I mean, it's a big-time victory when you can just storm back like they did. Didn't have a good first half, but completely outdid themselves, particularly in that third quarter.
Here's the 3. Offensive rebound.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And Harkless slams it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, no question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
The Wizards have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. It's stolen by Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Oh, got the momentum. Randall's a terror when he gets those steps underneath him right to the rack.
Now here's Napier, covered by Peyton. The pass to Bonga. Down low, got a piece of it. Harkless with the steal, and now the fast break Gibson with the ball. No one near Peyton as he lets it go. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Like to see this on a nightly basis happen a few more times. He knows he's got to get better at the mid-range jump shot.
Napier passes to Brown. A second chance effort. Here's Bryant, and finish off by Bryant.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Washington, winding things down this season. They're in that all-important 9th position within striking distance of a playoff spot. And, of course, the Knicks. They just haven't had the type of record they've wanted.
And seeing where Washington is, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, Greg, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them. So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Kevin Knox comes in for Barrett, and it's Ntilikina in for Payton. Pass to Hachimura. Shoots a three. He can't get that one. The Knicks go the other way with it. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. Here's Knox. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Well, Knox getting these kind of baskets really going to help the entire offense to get going.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And here's a good chance now to show you the rookies that in the second half of the season have been getting it done at the free throw line. Well, you look at Hachimura, 4th in the league, and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
No doubt he's earned his spot among the great rookie free throw shooters through hard work and repetition.
Robinson misses.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
Right side Robinson. Passes it to Hachimura. Outside Robinson, just 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by New York. New York with the ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Bullock passes to Robinson. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
From past the arc. Hachimura, no good. Now here's Bullock. He's guarded closely, and the basket is good.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Stolen by Bullock. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender. He spoke.
Defense is 80% of will and 20.
A young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And New York, looking at who they've got. Robinson is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Ntilikina in at the point guard. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on its own accord for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Yes, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
Now, here's Portis. And again, it's New York.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Inside, and finished off by Robinson.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Here's Wagner. Robinson with the block, and he's able to get it back. Wagner, good. The Knicks leading by 18. Pass to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Well, he's a pass-first point guard. Ntilikina with a nice play there.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
At the tip, it's good on the putback. Wagner's got his second bucket tonight.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
And Robinson throws it down.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic. Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Ellington inside the three-point line. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
Oh, great ball movement there.
13 feet away. Goes back up and denied. He sends it right off the glass. There's the pass to Ellington. New York moving it around. And Portis throws it down.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Here's Hachimura. Second shot opportunity. Wagner, good.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that have the most second chance points on the season. Number one, the Knicks.
You know, they've been so aggressive on the offensive boards, and they're earning every one of those second chance buckets with that relentless effort.
Here's New York. They're on a 19-6 run. Out to the wing. Bullock passes to Robinson. This one for three. They get it again. To the middle. Goes up again. And he lays it up and in. Robinson's got 8.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Pass to Hachimura. Offline with his 3.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Now, here's Bullock. Here is Ellington. He has 5. Puts up a 3. Bullock tips it back in. He's got 6.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Smith outside. Robinson for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. From deep three-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's New York riding high with a 20. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first, some incredible work in this one by Bobby Portis. He had 12 points, 4. And
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Bobby Portis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Down out there with Napier, and it's Bonga in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. And he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Yeah, it's stolen by Barrett. Here's Payton. Lays it up and banks it in. Payton's got 6.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Shot from free throw range. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Gibson dishes to Randall. It's stolen by Bryant. Here's Brown, and Washington again with the bucket.
They're not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Well, so strong, and when he gets that straight line drive, Kevin, he's going to go right at anybody that's in his way to get contact.
The Knicks making a switch here. Knox is checked in. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in a half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take, 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense. But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's about he has an idea of, after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who's a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
Wizards making a switch here. Utah's checked in. Both free throws good from Randall.
After being picked 7th out of Kentucky back in 2014 by the Lakers, you remember Julius Randle, an auspicious start to his career, breaking his leg on his very first NBA game. That has not deterred him. Moved from LA to New Orleans, now to New York, an offensive force continuing to improve.
Barrett the pass to Gibson, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I'll commend the physical play of Taj Gibson. He brings that every night. When he's shooting, he's skilled at drawing contact.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Here's Napier. It's good. Napier's got his 3rd basket of the night. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. Back to Knox. Puts it up from 12. Randall on the follow.
Somebody not alert to block out the wide frame of Julius Randle, who gets in there after the loose ball.
Passes it to Barrett. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Pass to Bryant. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Bryant's got 6. Randall left side, and Randall throws it down.
You wonder if the coaching staff is encouraging these kind of nights and aggressive play from Randall to take over.
Here's Napier, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Wizards shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. Reggie Bullock comes in for Elfrid Payton.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. Love seeing him hammer it home.
Bullock dishes to Robinson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And let's take a minute now to give a tip of the cap to the top rookie defenders in the NBA this season. 3rd is R.J. Barrett.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
Ish Smith, he's checked in for Washington. Ntilikina, he's checked in for the Knicks. Smith on the wing. Second chance shot. They grab their own miss. Here's Wagner, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Wizards. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And Kevin, things could get ugly for this team during this road stretch. They just haven't had the same focus nor execution that we've seen from them when they're at home.
Mahimi's checked in for Thomas Bryant. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Barrett. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
Harkless with the bucket.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
For New York, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Brown, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Brown's got 4 this quarter.
You're not going to see him miss too many from there, just a handful to defend.
Harkless the pass to Knox. That one drops for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Back to Smith. Ntilikina with the rebound.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
Robinson passes to Knox. Bullock kicks to Ntilikina. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Here's Wagner. Lets it go from deep, and he's good on the 3-ball. Wagner's got 9 points.
Terrific job by Smith to dish that one off to his open teammate right there.
Julius Randle getting it done for the New York Knicks. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And will be...
We got 12 minutes to believe in each other. We got 12 minutes.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Wizards shooting reasonably well, 45%. And on the floor for New York here in the 4th. They've got Portis. Smith is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Dotson in at the small forward. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Now the pass to Wagner. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. The Knicks shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Back to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Utah's checked in for the Wizards. Pass to Harkless. Now here is Smith. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
Hachimura, he's checked in for Mo Wagner. Hachimura, no good. Hachimura's gone 40% from the floor in 10 attempts. Here's Harkless. Trains the 3-pointer.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Hachimura the pass to Utah. The Wizards working the ball around now. And another miss by Washington.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
The Wizards have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Here's Bezekniks. Washington gets it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Grant with the ball. Guarded now by Harkless. Clock at 4. Here's Hachimura. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Harkless dishes to Smith. And he converts the layup.
How about that for some confidence? Dennis Smith Jr. isn't afraid of trying his luck on the inside.
Grant surveying the D. Passes it to Utah. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
And Washington making a change here. Napier's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Gibson's checked in. Here's Dotson. lays it up off the glass.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Well, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
Ntilikina, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. Knocks it loose. Ntilikina passes to Knox. Here's Dotson. Got a hand on it. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Over to the left wing. Back to Napier. To the paint. Here's Bezetniks. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 3 assists now in this one.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for New York.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Julius Randle.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Knox misses.
You get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
From deep. No good from Grant. New York with the ball. A 14-2 run over the last bit. The shot's good from Ntilikina.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town. Elite passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride, so full speed, 2 points.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The first free throw is good.
And Kevin Knox's father played professional football when Kevin was growing up. That may be where he gets some of his toughness from.
29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Schofield. Rebounded by Knox. Left side, Gibson. New York, no good that time either.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA 2K.
A stunning view of Capitol Hill from high above. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for him.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
So the Nets starting five. We've got Lance Thomas. He's out there with Allen. Harris is out there with LeVert. And it's Chiozza in at point. And for Washington, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Brown out there with Napier. And it's Bonga in at the 3 spot. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Nets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. Over Brown. That one's not going to go. And Washington the other way now. Doors for playoff seedings still jumbled a bit. Up in the air. Just how important you think it is to get home court advantage in the NBA playoffs in this era.
Historically speaking, Kevin, as you know, home court advantage is absolutely monumental, and it doesn't matter the round of the playoffs. Could be a conference semifinal or an NBA final. If you come down to a Game 7, that home court advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. You want as much in your favor, Kevin, as you know, going into the postseason.
Chiozza passes to Harris, kicks it out to Allen. Back to Harris. Fires for 3, sinks the three-pointer.
This is what we call a sniper from the outside. Joe Harris, a knockdown shooter.
Now here's Napier. He's tightly guarded. Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Harris drives in. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Chiozza following the bucket by the Wizards. He kicks it to Allen. Bryant with the rebound.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Here's Bonga. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. 11 feet away. Doesn't go that time. And the Wizards now going the other way. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Yeah, they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
This guy is a sensational shot blocker. Jared Allen twice on the pipes.
LeVert with a wide open look. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Now here's Allen. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. And it's good, 2 points.
I think if you're built like Mahimi, you can absorb the hit and still complete the play.
Wide open. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Johnson. 6 points for Allen.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Boy, he launched that one from way outside.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Luwawu. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Robinson, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Now let's check out a breakdown looking at some stats for Jared Allen. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. Second in field goal percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And you mentioned it, he's the second best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot. Karuch passes to Temple. Here's Allen. And the rejection by Mahimi.
And this is what you like about Jan Mahimi defensively. He might not be the highest flyer, but big-time enforcer.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Boy, picking Jared Allen, number 22, back in 2017 has paid off for the Nets. This guy has proven already in his early 20s to be an NBA caliber starting center. That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Pass to Luwawu. From deep. And Wagner pulls it down. The Wizards have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. That one is off. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Luwawu. He doesn't get the second one.
And lost his touch right there. Didn't see that coming. Usually, when he's hot, he stays hot.
Unloads from 9. Here's Karuch. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
Mahimi, the shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. To the inside. Here's Allen. And the rejection by Mahimi. Oh, and here comes Smith. All alone.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Here's Johnson. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's the Wizards ending the first quarter with a 13-5 run. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs, and credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Washington, Wagner out there with Mahimi. Then it's Robinson, and it's Smith, and it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, huge catch and finish. Tyler Johnson, wow, what athleticism.
Nice shot by Smith.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now. Call for Washington, D.C. basketball. They have one title to their name, the champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team, led by the great Wes Unseld. But boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness, fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Boy, Greg, neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
And that one is off. The Nets go the other way with it, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Karuch. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Garrett Temple. He gets it in there. Allen's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You know what? That's all about hustle and a nose for the basketball. Tremendous job on the offensive glass by Jared Allen.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now here's Johnson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. It's Crawford with the drive. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson.
Well, terrific job by Tyler Johnson to do exactly what they want him to do, find his open teammates.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Robinson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Jared Allen.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
You know, Doris, I know your style of play at Providence was one of aggressiveness, a lot of instinct, a lot of smarts, great skill. But I think you also have an appreciation for the players that are real scrappy on the floor.
What I love, Kevin, are guys who can influence the game without having incredible offensive skill. So a guy like Patrick Beverly, so a little bit undersized, but would you like to have that guy pick you up? long night.
That would be a torture chamber. I agree with you. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Robinson. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to LeVert. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
This is a good scorer who's got size and athleticism. Karis LeVert is not going to struggle to throw it down.
Here's Napier. The Wizards with another miss.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And he dunks it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Well, that's a highlight play for Mr. Jared Allen. Nice pass from his teammate.
Here's Hachimura. It's tipped, and they'll keep possession. Out to the wing. Tries again, and that one drops for him. Hachimura's got 6 points. Nets leading by 6. Wound up there for Allen, and it's Allen with the jam.
One of Jared Allen's best qualities is his motor. That activity paying dividends with his scoring.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the first half. Napier gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. 8 points for him. And for the Nets, they're shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. No good from Luwawu. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Tries again. Hachimura, no good. So for the Wizards, their last game a win against the Knicks.
I mean, big-time win, bigger-time third-quarter comeback, and definitely a great game for us to watch as well.
The pass to Bonga. Shot from the wing. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Bonga's got 4 points in the quarter. Left side, Harris. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Harris. 1 second left, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Jared Allen has been on display for Brooklyn. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were on a nice little roll in that open. And that should...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Jared Allen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
A huge bonus. Boy, when he's contributing like this, it makes everything easier for his team.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. We've got Allen. Joe Harris is out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Gioza in at the point guard position. Harris outside. Down low. It's stolen by Bryant. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Left side, Harris. To the wing on the left. Here's Gioza. And it's off from three-point range. Wizards trail by 6. Here's Hachimura. And Washington again with the bucket.
And a solid shooter from mid-range. Hachimura with textbook fundamentals.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Wow, Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
Pass to Allen. It's LeVert on the wing. Hachimura grabs the miss.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Bryant can't get it to fall. Nets leading by 5. Pass to Chioza. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Chioza's got his first basket.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Chioza passes to Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. LeVert against Brown. Now here's Thomas. D right on him. And it's denied. And there's the pass to Hachimura. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Bunga's got 8 points.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. It's LeVert on the wing. Here's Chioza. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Wizards trail by 7. And here's Brown outside. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's LeVert. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. 9 points in the game so far.
Boy, there's a fluidity to his jump shot. Caris LeVert coming through for his team in the mid-range.
The offensive rebound. Bryant banked in off the glass.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Harris kicks to LeVert. Here's Allen. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution. And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Kevin, that's all about the quick first step of Caris LeVert. He gets to the rack in no time.
There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Nice D from Bryant. Here's Bunga. The Wizards with another miss. Brooklyn leading by 13. Thomas down low, out to the right wing. Here's Chioza. It's good from long range. Chioza's got his second basket of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass. Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Both teams deciding to change it up. The Wizards have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Inside, Caruch makes it off the glass. Caruch has got his third bucket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now Smith. No good from 11 feet. It'll count. That one doesn't go. And so it's Brooklyn in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. We'll return shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Ish Smith is out there with Robinson. Then there's Ian Mahimi. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Passes it to Llewellyn. Smith with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Robinson dishes to Mahimi, and it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Now, Kevin, that's pure power, pure effort. Jan Mahimi going to the rack with bad intentions.
Smith against Johnson. Cuts off the pass. And here we go, the Wizards' fast break. The shot by Mahimi, no good. Brooklyn leading by 12. Johnson, the pass to Karuch. Kicks it out to Johnson. A lot of switching on every possession in the NBA from a defensive standpoint, and you see the way Doris offenses are adjusting to that.
Yeah, I think number one, you have to attack the switch. That's first and foremost. And it's an interesting balance between attacking and being patient. Because the one thing you're ultimately seeking in every switch is a favorable matchup for yourself. That's where a critical, thinking guard who knows where to find and put the ball is so critical to your success.
That's a good way to look at it. The Wizards making a switch here. Vargas checked in.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
That one goes in.
And the scary thing is, Hachimura is going to keep getting better. Games like this prove how special he can be.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Ryan is checked in for Washington. And a change for the Nets. Chioza's checked in.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Ball stolen. Bonga, the pass to Robinson. Here's Hachimura. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Temple, guarded by Robinson. And the basket by Karuch.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Smith for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And it's Karuch missing. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. It's a 14-point game. Great positioning on the putback.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Thomas passes to Karuch from 10 feet out and too long on the shot. For the Wizards, this one's not looking good. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Nice shot by Smith.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And the basket by Karuch. That one just took the air right out of the crowd.
There is no noise in the stands right now.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Washington making some changes. Troy Brown comes in for Robinson. And it's Napier in for Ish Smith. And then for Brooklyn, Allen's checked in for Karuch. Joe Harris comes in for Garrett Temple. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Harris drives in. It's Allen on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. Harris misses. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 13, so just about 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Brooklyn.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jared Allen.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
Great open look there.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting.